Our challenger on Game On this week is Shomak. When I first heard the name, I was a little confused because I thought that was a character from Street Fighter who had challenged me. But as it turns out, he is a third-year Viscom student, and that's a very curious name. What's the funda behind it?
It has two meanings. Okay. One is Prince and one is Moon.
Okay. And today Shomak has challenged me for Dirt 3. Now the interesting bit in this is that he is not really a big fan of racing games. So what is that? You don't like racing games at all?
I find racing games more cliche. I mean, it's all the same. You keep racing. There's nothing unique about it.
Then why would you challenge me for Dirt 3?
I mean, it's quite kiddish and it's quite simple. So I just thought it would be easier to beat you in this way.
Okay. So the best of 3 for Dirt 3 begins. We started rapid button mashing on our joysticks, but what we did realize soon was that racing games were not our forte. Dirt 3 is not an easy game, even if you're addicted to NFS. Racing on an open track is one thing, but racing on a dirt road where you can barely see the road is a completely different challenge altogether. My car bumped into the trees, fell into the lake, battle-weary or rather race-weary. It was 5 minutes up and Shomak had somehow finished his lap. I obviously hadn't. Okay, you can wait for me to finish the race, but it will take, I think, a minimum of another 5 minutes. So then my lap time will be about 11 minutes, but he has already finished the lap. That was actually quite impressive for someone who doesn't like racing games.
I don't know, I found it quite easy, but it was quite difficult compared to the NFS.
Okay, it was difficult. I found it difficult compared to every other game that I've ever played.
Did you play GTA?
That's embarrassing. You've played NFS, so how would you compare this to?
It's difficult compared to NFS. I think I should practice some more of this game.
No, but what kind of racing games do you like? Do you like more like Dirt, which is like
no, I mean like yeah, I would prefer this because it's quite difficult compared to NFS. Quite easy. I mean, even small 3-year-old kids can play that.
Have you checked out the latest of NFS's editions, Shift 2 Unleashed?
Yeah, Shift 2 Unleashed. Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
It's quite cool, but not as difficult as this. It's still same.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's claiming that this is very easy. So we'll go for the second round. I was actually practicing because for the next 2 rounds will be very easy to just to race through. So I was just practicing in the first round. Now next 2 rounds I'll finish the lap. The clock is still ticking, by the way. I'll finish the lap in 2 minutes under that. Big mouth, big talk. The lap was worse. The car did not stay on the track for more than a minute, as it swerved and swung and started behaving like an untamed bull. No, not Dirt 3's fault. I should have never accepted a racing game challenge in the first place. Shomak may call the racing games cliche, but what makes these games so popular is the intricate detailing. A tiny nudge to your left joystick could sway your vehicle out of control. That happened once, twice, and then again and again and again. Finally, I gave up. I'm yet to finish 1 lap on this game, and I don't know as much about my car as I know about Finland's geography now. But if you were to challenge me for 1 game apart from this, what would that be?
Wrestling.
Wrestling? What kind of wrestling games do you play?
Raw SmackDown.
But that's quite old. I mean, there
yeah, 2011. There are new versions of it, like 2011 and 2012 is yet to come.
Okay. But do you play a lot of concept games as well? Like
yeah, I'm more into Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay.
I would like you to talk more about Black Ops.
Black Ops, right?
Yeah.
So there's this latest game that has come out, and we have reviewed that in today's show. It's called Castlevania, and a lot of people are insinuating that this game has taken a lot of elements from God of War and Dante's Inferno. So do you think that essentially when you're making a game like Call of Duty, or say God of War or something like that. The elements are quite similar. Do you think you'd get bored of playing mythological games like that? Do you feel
Not really. Like for example, mythological games like Age of Empires, it was the beginning, but it's quite strategic and it's quite time consuming as well. You get involved in it and you feel the game. So it's not really boring. You can actually go on playing that
Okay,
game.
so on your priority list, it has to be a wrestling game, something like Raw versus
It's
SmackDown.
fun. I mean, you
then
can
it
get
will be a mythological game, which is.
But
like
actually, I can
possibly-
compare this to wrestling quite a bit. I mean, come on, look at the condition of the car.
Okay, so on that note, we'll end the segment here. But what you can do is you can challenge me for a game of your choice, and I'll accept the challenge only when it is not something of dirt's nature. Right, so you can challenge me, you can send me your feedback to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. And coming up next on the next segment are MMOs.
I got a FIFA 11 game in the thing called Manager Mode, and they have like lot of cups, Spanish Championship and League Cups and Europa Cup. I finished the whole game and then I realized the time was 17 hours.